Alright guys, how you doing today? I am Crown Fiend and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. It's 100% free and you can unsub at any time if you don't like the content. Also, join the Discord down in the description below where I run exclusive polls and early announcements for videos. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into what if Denji was Deathstroke. But before that, just gotta say this really quickly. I appreciate all the support you guys gave for what if Guts never left. That was amazing. That'll be continuing next week. Reviews are gonna come a little bit later, right? Because I'm still working on that, and I've switched what manga I want to do my first review on, and it's going to be Vinland Saga. So yeah, hope you guys are excited for that one. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin the first Chainsaw Man What If on the channel. And I'm so excited for this. So let's go ahead, dive right into it. Where we begin is right after Denji's father dies. The Yakuza members still enslave Denji through his father's death and the debt that he left for his son. And Denji does still end up saving Puccino, or however you say the dog's name, since the anime is not out yet, and making the contract with him. However, this is where the timeline shifts when Denji's mother walks out on him and his father. She met and married a very powerful and dangerous man from America named Slade Wilson. Although it's been years since then, Denji's mother ended up catching a disease that put her on death's door and learned she'd gone terminal. She then tells Slade about Denji, saying he was her only regret left in this world, saying that she wished she'd have aborted Denji or killed him earlier in life. Her final request is for Slade to take care of Denji. Slade smiled and promised her that he would. Slade, having a huge information network, is easily able to track down Denji and has a meeting with the Yakuza members. The meeting begins and Slade says that he wants Denji. The Yakuza boss says that he's not an option, as the boy owes them a very large debt. Well, actually it was his father's debt. However, that bastard hung himself before paying it off. So they're making Denji pay it off by being a devil hunter for them. If the kid dies, it's no small loss, but either way, they'll make their money back. Slade smiles and says, "So, what you're telling me is I have to kill all of you, and then I'm free to take him, and all his debt will be gone, right? You made it easy for me." The Yakuza members start pulling out their guns, however, it's much too late for that, as Slade murders them all with his swords and guns. Once finished, Slade heads over to the little shack that Denji lives in to see a boy about 10 years old curled up with what looks like a dog in his arms, sleeping and hearing the boy's stomach growling. Slade picks them up and puts them both in the trunk of his car and drives off after burning down their house, making sure there were no traces that could be led back to him. Denji and Puccino wake up and see that they're on a big bed in a way nicer room than they've ever hoped to dream of. Getting up and walking around, Denji runs into Slade, and Puccino starts to growl, and Slade kicks Puccino, and Denji loses it and charges at Slade, only to be punched in the stomach, and he drops to the floor puking. Slade then backhands Denji and tells him to clean it up off the floor. Tears fill Denji's eyes as Puccino crawls over to comfort Denji. After cleaning the floor from fear of more beatings, Slade tells Denji that he'll be taking care of him as a last request from his mother. Slade also tells Denji not to get the wrong idea. His life is going to be hell. After all, Slade is going to train Denji and tells him to take a shower, providing a change of clothes, and after that, his training begins. From here, we skip by 6 years. Denji has improved a lot and is much more muscular than in canon, and is way smarter, as Slade would not tolerate fools. Although he's not a master in any one weapon, he is a very skilled martial artist and has gotten better at using Pochino in combat as well. However, Slade has never once said anything nice to Denji or said that he liked him, and that weighs heavily on Denji's mind. In fact, Slade always looked at Denji with hate and bloodlust. While Denji was resting, Slade would tell him that it's time for his final exam. Denji would get ready, grabbing Pochino and then following Slade downstairs into the basement. Once there, Slade tells Denji that he's going to fulfill his mother's true last wish, which means he's going to kill Denji, and tells the boy to prepare for combat. Denji begins to brace himself, and the battle begins. There were no words between them, as Slade moved quick, a lot quicker than Denji had ever seen him before. Denji was no match for Slade, as he was stabbed through the heart, and Pochino was stabbed through as well, all in one smooth, fluid motion. From there, Slade then cut off Denji's head and left him there, considering the contract done and fulfilled, as he began to walk off. Pochino looked at Denji, remembered the talks that they had about Denji telling Pochino his dreams to be one day free and not be indebted to anyone, to be able to live to his life's own rules, to not be garbage or anyone's slave anymore, not to the Yakuza nor Slade, to be able to eat good food, as Slade would just feed them scraps of bread, rarely any meat or vegetables, and only give them water to drink. Pochino would tell Denji that he wants to give him his heart, but it's a contract. Denji would have to make all of his dreams come true. And Denji agrees, and after being healed, he sees the drawstring on his chest and tears up, knowing he just lost his best friend, his only friend. Slade turns around, astonished. Denji pulls the string and transforms into the chainsaw demon. Immediately, he rushes Slade. With his increased strength, speed, and endurance, he's keeping up with Slade, if not overcoming him, little by little. Slade is losing ground and is eventually killed by Denji's onslaught. Slade dies with a smile on his face. Denji, then looking down at what he's become, remembers Pochino, and then notices his body's gone weak as he collapses from blood loss and passes out. And that's where I'll be leaving this one off. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, feel free to let me know down in the comments what path do you think Denji's going to take, and any more what if ideas you have regarding Chainsaw Man, Berserk, JoJo's, Tokyo Revengers, or Tokyo Ghoul. As always, I have been Crown Fiend, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Peace.